This episode is brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services Zach Miller Agency. If you're looking for an insurance agent with a personal touch, someone willing to have the real conversations about what's important to you, assistance with submitting claims, and offering quality coverage options, Farm Bureau Financial Services Zach Miller Agency may be the place for you. Whether you need home, auto, farm, commercial, life, or health insurance, we're here for you. Check us out at agentzachmiller.com. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agriculture Insurance Company.
Welcome back to another episode of Touching Base. I'm Zach Miller, joined by my co-host Vance, and we're thrilled to introduce Shannon Hekrdle. I made sure I got that right. The
well
owner,
done.
Thanks. The owner of a full cup and a full plate here in Stanton, Nebraska. Shannon, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Let's start just a little bit from the beginning. Where were you born and raised?
So I was born in Norfolk and raised in Stanton.
Okay.
Haven't made it very far.
No? That's okay. That's all right. Looks like you're prospering.
Yeah, I guess.
What was your childhood like here in Stanton?
I grew up on a farm east of town. And I actually went to Norfolk Public, K through 7, excuse me.
Okay.
So we drove, my parents worked in Norfolk, drove to Norfolk for school, and then I transferred to Stanton for 8th grade. So I got the big town school and the small town school,
that's all right though.
Vibes. So it's nice. You can relate to a lot of people. I'm from a small town. I'm from a bigger town, so that was cool. But yeah, I grew up on a farm, did sports in high school here in Stanton. Quite the bookworm, actually.
Yeah, that's okay.
Always had my nose in a book. But yeah.
Did you have your student permit then? Were you able to drive? Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
At 14.
That's good.
So
you get to do the early driving.
Oh, yes. Definitely didn't abuse it at all.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah. Take the long way home, right?
Right.
As far as you said, you were a bookworm, so just kind of loved all your classes, basically. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I liked school. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That's good. Any activities, any sports or any clubs you were part of?
All of them.
Basically.
I did not do band and FBLA. Otherwise, it's
everything else.
That's
all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. I was a band geek, so that's okay.
What did you play?
Saxophone.
Okay.
Yep.
I was flute until I quit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. It was fun. I quit junior year, but it was fun. Sports kind of got in the way.
Yeah.
What's the biggest difference from your childhood and what the kids are growing up now going through in your mind?
Ooh. I just feel like they don't have any time. I remember being so bored as a kid. My mom telling us, you've got to go outside. You guys are driving me crazy. Go figure out something to do. And I just feel like they don't have time to be bored. I don't think that's a good thing personally. I think a lot of development happens when you have time to be bored. You just have time to roll things around. Yeah, for sure.
Things. You have to figure out how to entertain yourself a little bit more.
Yeah.
And growing up on a farm, I had to when I grew up on a farm. Go jump on hay bales, go do something like that.
Right.
So that's what you did. And yeah, there was way less year-round sports going on back then.
Totally. So I think that's a big thing. And I think it's also created, they just don't have the attention span that, because they're just constantly do this. So they don't have to think it through. It's just being put in front of them.
Yeah, do you think some of it too is some of the safety? Maybe in Stanton, I guess I don't know for sure. I don't live here obviously, but in Norfolk, I don't let my kids go too far from the house.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when I was a kid, we went through the whole neighborhood.
Right.
I don't know if it's different nowadays, but I don't know.
I know, we rode our bikes into Battle Creek,
right?
Which was a long ways. It kind of sucked, but we did that. And then I have friends that they tell their kids don't cross 121. So, but it's still, you pretty much have a free run of the whole town. They just say, make sure you're not crossing the highway.
Right.
Just because they don't want to, unless you have a group of people. And so.
Do you think that's part of it too, though? Not being able to go out and explore?
Yeah. Yeah. I think exploring is so important. And
right.
you don't explore until you're bored. So They kind of go hand in hand,
Right.
but it's important because I think it encourages like confidence and like just, creative minds, I guess.
Even decision making a little bit too,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
You have to make decisions to do things.
There's a lot more electronics going on too that kids aren't getting kicked out of the house. Like you
Right.
said, my parents,
Right.
you got kicked out of the house.
Mhm.
How about the
Right.
air conditioning's in here? I don't care.
Yeah.
Get out of the house.
I remember the TV remotes being taken
Right.
and hidden like
Yeah.
outside. I don't want to see you watching TV.
Right. So what was your college path? Or did you have any jobs in high school?
I worked at Braun Research here in town.
Okay.
So I spent a year calling people for surveys. We don't want your money. Which it was a first job, but I do think it was really important. And like, I got over my fear of calling people. I got really good at typing because you had to type what people were saying. Rejection, like, oh my gosh, did you get yelled at? Did you get hung up on? So like, it did teach me a lot. That was my first job here in town. I worked at Buckle briefly in Norfolk before I went to college. Went to UNL, was there for 4 years, graduated with a degree in turf grass and landscape management.
Oh, that's exactly what you're in right now.
Yeah, 100% using my degree.
So were you a big golfer that you wanted to do that, or
Landscaping.
Oh,
So
landscaping.
not so much the turf grass side, but I did get the golf piece as well.
Yep.
So I fell in love with like landscaping one summer and just went for it. So I loved it. It's kind of my fun party trick. You can point to any plant or tree, and I can tell you the name and probably the like Latin name of it. But went to college, loved it. Was very active in student government. Wasn't Greek. What else?
Student government I've never really been a part of that in the college aspect. How were you a part of that in high school?
I was in like student council, I
That's
guess, in
what I
high
was
school.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
How much of a difference is it in the college side?
Pretty substantial.
Is it?
I mean, you've got your like committee that's meeting with, people at the Capitol every week, working on legislation to tie in with them.
Oh, so huge difference.
Your president sits on the board of regents.
Oh.
So like, it's definitely like more political.
I didn't realize that the president of that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's nice to have that representation, I guess.
Right.
Other than that, so you're after college with your major, did you pursue anything with your major after college?
Not right after college. Went and worked at a bank. I worked at Midwest Bank for 3 years. And then after that, I quit to work for ASPM Landscapes in Norfolk.
Okay.
And I did use my degree for about, 3 years doing landscape design.
That's
So
good.
designing, estimating, selling, meeting with customers, going over plants, that kind of thing.
Did you enjoy selling?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did the calling at Braun Research kind of help with the selling side of it, the rejection and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's good. It's definitely, sales is not easy.
No.
Any family or kids now?
I have my husband, Dan, and we have a Australian Shepherd, and we have 50 cows.
50 cows. So you got a lot of kids.
Yeah.
We can kind of get into what does your husband do?
He's a truck driver. He hauls
Okay.
cattle, so he's
Nice.
usually gone 4 or 5 days at a time.
So you needed something to kind of keep you busy.
Yeah, I did.
Kind of getting into both shops you got here.
Mhm.
What's the origin story of the coffee shop and the full plate over there? Did one inspire the other, or did they kind of evolve separately?
Definitely. So a full plate started it all. So I've always, we grew up cooking. That was something that was allowed instead of TV, like bake some cookies instead of watching TV. So always enjoyed cooking. I'm very stubborn and independent. And so I quit and I was just like, I want my own business. And so that's kind of how it all started. Initially, I wanted to do baking, pies, specialty things. And it was just there's not a great market for that. But I also hated cooking during the week. I'd get home sometimes after 6 p.m. It's just me. I didn't want to cook, do the dishes, whatever. So I usually did all of my cooking on Sundays. So big on meal prep, that kind of thing. And so I was like, what if I could do this for other people? I was a single person not wanting to cook. So I was like, I can't imagine having, 3-4 kids at home, plus sports, plus a husband, plus everything else and trying to cook. So I was like, there's definitely a demand. So I just kind of started it to see how it would go. And it really took off. So that was September of 2021. Started it out of my house. And then within about 3-4 months, I was like, I think I should probably start looking for somehow to get this out of the house. So I tried leasing something in Norfolk and it fell through. Didn't work well.
Never even got started.
Well, I was like ready to start like signing paperwork and stuff and they just ghosted me.
Oh my goodness.
So I was like, well, okay. And so this building had been shut down with COVID. The previous owner cook for the Uptown Brewery, she died from COVID. And so this had been sitting empty. And so we had reached out to the guy that owned it and he was just like, I'm not really interested in selling. So the thing in Norfolk fell through. And then about 3 months later, this was listed for sale publicly. So we were like, oh. Okay. So we moved pretty fast and put an offer in within a week, 10 days, I think. So that was April of 2022.
Okay.
We signed a purchase agreement and we closed July 5th of 2022.
Wow, that's a quick turnaround.
To get here?
Well, not to get here.
Oh.
No. It's a long thing, but I mean, once it went listed.
Yeah. So then it took about 3 years to start cooking here.
Oh, really? That's the wild part.
Yeah. So it took 3 years from our purchase agreement signing to get the storefront open. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. A long time.
Were you still doing stuff at the house then?
Yeah. So
okay,
I cooked
so you were still doing it.
Yeah. Up until last month, I was cooking out of the house. And so.
Up until last month?
Yeah, June. I just moved the kitchen here in June.
Okay.
So the storefront opened the first week of May, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I was cooking out there, bringing it here.
I lost track of time because for some reason I thought it was open longer than that.
The coffee shop opened in March.
Okay.
And then the storefront opened in May.
Okay.
And then we started cooking here last week of June.
Wow. Okay. So you just got fully in here then.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It is wild. It's been a long time coming. That's when you're like, oh, it's quick. I was like,
right. Well, yeah, I was
no
thinking,
way.
I was more thinking the purchase, when it came up for sale. And then,
Sure.
But not getting here, no. Not at all.
No.
When you were doing it at home, I know it's kind of difficult because you have to get a special license, right? And they have to come check your kitchen. And
Yep.
Is there anything you had to do at the house to?
Yeah, so you have to have a second kitchen.
That's what I thought.
You can't use the kitchen. So we had to modify the laundry room to become a kitchen.
Okay.
And do you have to have all stainless steel and all that stuff?
No. It has to be cleanable surfaces. So
we
didn't have to, it wasn't that bad. But yeah, so I haven't had a dryer for almost 4 years now.
No, so you just been air drying everything? Or?
Yeah, clothesline.
Oh, man.
In the winter, if my sister-in-law feels bad for me, I'm like, can I bring some clothes over to dry?
That's crazy.
But then, so a full cup. So we bought this and it's 6,000 square feet. So it's a lot of building. And it was we do not need all of that for a kitchen and a storefront. So we basically had one building left. We should open a coffee shop. Coffee goes great. Coffee is growing popularity, especially with the younger generation. Also, I just wanted a place for people to hang out in town. I was trying to have meetings to get that lease agreement signed in Norfolk, and she was like, "Oh, we'll come meet you in Stanton." And I was like,
"Where?"
Yeah, I'll come to Norfolk and meet you. There wasn't a good spot, and so I wanted a place where people could come meet, hang out, especially younger people. Come hang out after school. Come do your homework here. Do this. Drink a smoothie instead of driving around in cars and smashing mailboxes.
Right.
Let's offer them better things to do.
I like that.
So that was a big thing. I really wanted a gathering place for Stanton. I think it's important, especially just so you don't have to go to Norfolk. Norfolk has all sorts of great places to go. Love going to Norfolk, but Stanton deserves to have some too.
Yeah, and you got a cool conference room.
Yeah.
Does that get used quite a bit?
Not as much as I'd like. I'd like to see more business meetings in there and stuff. But I think once we start offering lunch all the time, I think that's probably the missing component. We want lunch with our meeting.
Right.
But yeah, there's a TV in there you can hook up a computer to. 10 chairs, nice big table. It's quiet. It's peaceful.
It's nice. I've seen the pictures that you guys have put online are really good. And this turned out really good in here.
Thanks.
I guess we didn't say that. We're actually at a full cup for this episode. This is our first traveling.
Really?
Yeah. So this is our first time doing this.
Exciting.
Yeah. Well, I thought I had been in here a couple times and we got in coffee and I'm like, that would really look good over there for the podcast. I was like, yeah. So I kind of was already scoping it out.
Yeah. Hey, that's cool.
Yeah. Was there a defining moment in your life that made you say, I'm going to start a coffee shop and this other business, or?
A defining moment. I don't know. So like Dan, we bought the truck for him in 2019. And so I watched him go from working for someone else to working for himself. And like, yes, that creates so many challenges, but also like it's freedom too. Like you pay for that freedom, but you can do what you want kind of when you want to.
It's freedom and really rewarding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flexibility.
Right.
Like, and so I was like, that's so important because I was so tired of sitting at work for 50, 55 hours a week and not working, but I had to be there. Had all the other things that I wanted to do, especially with cattle, like you need the flexibility. And so I was just like, I don't want to do this forever. And like everyone always says, oh, I wish I'd started sooner. So I'm like, well, I guess we're diving in. And so I kind of decided, before I had quit the landscape designing, it's just like, I love this. Like it was my passion, but I was also like, this isn't the life I want to lead.
Right.
So
his family raises cattle too, so he kind of has an idea of.
Yeah, cattle is the entire it just 365. So
yeah,
there's no rhyme or reason when it happens. It just does. So
yeah,
I get it.
You said you kind of grew up cooking and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How did your passion for all of that kind of shape the vision for these businesses? Was there any personal family traditions behind the recipes that you've done, or?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was really close with my dad's mom growing up, my grandma Ruth. And so she like put together all the Stanton cookbooks back in the day, like was on all these things. She made wedding cakes. And so that was like what we did with her. We spent like afternoons with grandma baking cookies or like trying different recipes. And so it was just what we did with her. It was always fun. We enjoyed it. I think she enjoyed it too. So there are a lot of family recipes are a part of this. So that's always cool. So I need to start like throwing some names in because I have to kind of name every dish, which like that gets hard after a while. Like you can only say creamy and cheese and like chicken so many times. And it's like, okay, we got to call this something different. And so, yeah, a lot of her recipes that hadn't been handed down. And then, stuff I find online, that kind of thing. But that's where it stemmed from, I would say.
I think some of that is kind of getting lost on this generation too. And I don't know if it's because we're all so busy, but I just feel like, I know my wife doesn't really have, like I do all the cooking in our house, and then it's tough to get my boys to want to come and help me.
Right.
And then now my mom's so busy that she can't do it with them. So it's kind of, that whole art is kind of getting lost, I think.
Yeah.
Which I think it's important to do.
Right.
So it's good that you're doing it.
Like, I think that's why this business works, because this art is being lost, but it's sad, like that it's disappearing.
Definitely. What's the most unexpected lesson you've learned from running the two food-related businesses at the same time?
At the same time, I guess something everyone just kept telling me was employees are hard. And like, I was like, yeah, they are, It's been not the ways I expected, just trying to keep stuff in front of people, trying to keep everything wrangled. I'm managing both right now. It's kind of been a lot.
Have you had
been a big learning
a struggle finding staff?
Finding staff? No. I've got a great group. And I've got people that are wanting to apply, but just, employees have to be told what to do. Like, and so training people, creating the systems so that they know what to do. So we're not, telling people what to do every single day. Let's build systems, but all of this takes time and it doesn't just implement itself.
Right.
So
I'm sure you're still learning too with it being so fresh.
100%.
So I'm sure everything's kind of,
yes.
Yeah. You're learning while still trying to teach them. It can be kind of difficult. How do you create like a unique vibe in here that makes it more than just a place to grab a drink?
Okay. So I'm a pretty sociable person. So always trying to greet everyone as they come in. make people feel welcome, asking questions, like, what are you looking for today? What could we be doing better? And just listening to people on that. Yeah, I didn't want it to feel like a small town. I kind of wanted it to have like a vibe, like when we built it. And so everyone thought I was nuts when I was like, let's paint the ceiling black. Like, and my husband, Dan, and I did the painting. He did most of it. I helped him, but it was awful to paint. Like,
I'm sure.
but I love how it turned out. But I don't feel like when you're here, I don't feel like you feel like you're in a town of 1,500.
Mm-mm.
And that was like the goal. I wanted it to kind of feel like it just got dropped here.
That's good. There's a few places that I feel that way. This is definitely one of them. When I walked in, I was like, you don't feel like you're in Stanton.
Right.
And then like Fenders in Norfolk
Fenders
is
is
another
cool.
one where I'm like, you kind of don't feel like you're in Norfolk anymore, even when you're sitting out on the outdoor patio.
The
thing.
411 too, especially
and 411.
their furniture, the food they offer,
Yep.
like it does not feel like you're in Northeast Nebraska. And I think
100%.
that's awesome.
Well, you definitely caught that vibe in here.
Good.
So
good.
that's
good.
good.
I'm glad it's been achieved.
What's your philosophy on sourcing coffee beans, and how do you balance quality, sustainability, and cost?
Sure. So we get our beans from Council Oak in Sioux City. So we went and met with them. They are incredible people. And so they go down to South America. They source the beans. They're all like very sustainably sourced. They do all the roasting up there. So they have in their coffee shop, you can stand there and watch them roast the beans and like do all the things. One of the best smelling places I've ever been.
I'm
like
sure.
it was so
I'm
good.
sure.
But yeah, we get them from Council Oak. They've taught us so much about coffee. I'm not like an expert on coffee by any means, but yeah, it really does start with like a good coffee bean. Like you can get all the syrups and all the things, all the equipment, but you have to
The
start.
coffee's got to taste good.
You have to start with good coffee.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get to know them? Was it kind of just some research that you did, or?
So a friend of mine, Grace, has Grace's coffee truck. So she kind of drives around. And so I had her come. So I'm also in charge of Stanton's 4th of July. So the last year I asked her, I was like, hey, will you come to Stanton 4th of July? And I was like, hey, I'm actually opening a coffee shop. Like any pointers or like words of advice? And she's like, well, you should come work with me for a day. And like, just to like
see how it goes.
Yeah. And so Grace mentioned Council Oak to me. And so that's kind of where that connection happened. But yeah, Grace taught me how to run an espresso machine and all the things. I had zero experience coming into this.
That's kind of unique, right? Because I don't think a lot of them are roasted here.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're getting the beans and then roasting them, whereas a lot of them are probably getting roasted and then sent here. Is that the case? Or?
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple roasters, but like, it's really cool, that they do it.
That is cool.
If you guys are ever in Sioux City, I would like strongly encourage you to stop by. They're like by Hard Rock, so it's like
so it's not too far.
It's a cool area. And then watching them roast it and stuff, it's really cool.
I'll have to check it out. That would be a lot of fun. I didn't even know that was down there.
Yeah.
Because I know like Starbucks always gets a bad rap, and I think that's the case. They do over roast their beans.
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't like over roasted beans.
Understandable.
What's the most memorable interaction you've had with a regular customer that sums up what your coffee shop means to the community? Or have you had one yet, I guess?
Yeah, there've been a couple. Putting me on the spot here. It was really cool. So when we bought this building, Adam was the husband of Roz, who was the cook. She had passed, so he was in charge of everything that was still here. And so we spent a lot of time with Adam about getting their stuff out of here, like all the things. He was so excited we were doing something with it. And so we spent a lot of time with Adam as we were doing that. And so he actually died this last fall. He was in his 80s, you know, like just, it was life. But they had a celebration of life for him about a month after we opened. And so his family came here, for it. And so they're here from California. And so I got to sit here and talk with them, and they were like, he would have loved this and like this and that. And, so that was kind of cool. It was like a full circle moment. Yeah. And so I like to think he would have like appreciated it, because they were all about like doing things a little different and quality. very into like where things were sourced and that kind of thing. So I'd like to think we kind of carried some of that on.
That's good. I think you guys have, from what I've seen anyway. 100%.
Cool.
How do you train your baristas to not only make a great coffee, but also connect with customers in a meaningful way? Because it seems like they do a pretty good job of that.
So it just starts with a really good team. Like I've been so impressed with like the girls that are working here. I didn't know what I'd get hiring high schoolers, and my expectations have been exceeded time after time after time. They're fantastic.
Are all of them from Stanton here?
Yes. Yep. I've got, well, one just graduated last year, but 4 of them. So,
Nice.
And then I've got a couple girls that are like in college, but they exceed my expectations. I've watched a couple of them help like little old women up in the storefront. They're holding their food for them. They're asking them questions I would never ask them to even ask. Like they're going out of their way to like do awesome things. But I've always told them like the customer comes first. You better come in here. You better greet them, like make them feel welcome, let them take their time. But like they're so patient with questions. Like they get it. So honestly, I haven't done a lot of training. I just got lucky with a great
good
staff.
That's good to get lucky and not have to worry about it.
Yeah. Knock on wood. Hope it continues.
Right. As coffee trends come and go, cold brew, nitro, oat milk lattes, what's one trend you love and one you secretly wish would disappear?
Okay. One that could disappear is blended drinks. Like I think it just trashes the coffee, or drinking a bunch of ice. I don't know.
I would agree with you.
Not a
That's
fan.
the only way I drink anything.
You don't like coffee.
But I don't like coffee. So.
Right. It is.
I like the smell of coffee. I don't like coffee.
Yeah. So
where I'm
it's a huge trend, but
Yep.
that could die. That'd be fine. Something I really like. I don't know.
I'm a big cold brew fan.
Yeah. We don't sell a ton of cold brew. We do more like Americanos, I guess, which like that's my husband's go-to,
Yeah.
but he is like all about coffee. Like he wants black, dark
Right.
coffee. Like he wants that coffee flavor. I'm not quite that intense.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway.
Right. I don't know. I'm loving like cold foam on drinks. The shaken drinks are really fun. It provides like a different texture. Yeah. I don't know if I nailed that question, but that's what I got.
Hey, it's your answer. You nail it however you want to nail it. What inspired you to launch a full plate over there business alongside the coffee shop? Oh, you kind of told us that already. My bad.
No, that's right.
What's your process for developing new recipes? Do you test them at home, somewhere else, or just kind of go with the flow?
So it's usually we test them like in the kitchen as we're cooking, like, hey, you've got some time between like 2 things. Let's like, I find the recipes and I'm like, let's trial run this. So then you need to weigh it, make sure like, oh, there was enough salt in that, or, oh, that was kind of dry. We need to add more of this. If it's good, then we start scaling it to make like bigger batches. But yeah, basically finding it, trying it once, we eat it and go from there. So
How do you? I know that food costs is a big thing in restaurants.
mm-hmm.
How is it doing? Like when you're sourcing a lot of your stuff from around here, how does food cost kind of? Is it difficult to do with the take home stuff?
Yes and no. I mean, like I'm buying the same shredded cheese every week, like noodles, this and that. And so like your staples, yeah, but like I have to figure each recipe, what it costs, break it down to like servings, because when you're selling it in a single serving, and so being able to scale those numbers, and of course, like the more you buy of things, the better your prices are, that kind of thing. But you just have to stay vigilant. You have to keep staying up on your prices because food costs are going up every single week, and I don't think it's going to get better anytime soon.
I don't think so either. So do you reevaluate that every week then when you're doing?
I haven't been since I got here because I'm kind of
busy
drowning.
Yeah, I get you.
But yes, like in the past, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I had it figured out down to like, what is a teaspoon of salt cost? Like, what is a teaspoon of these spices cost? And I'm not doing things quite that thorough anymore, but I'm trying to keep up on it. Like, especially like meat and like the bigger ingredients.
Yeah, I'm sure the meat is probably what fluctuates the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those darn cattle prices keep going up, so beef goes with it.
Producers ain't getting them, but
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
How do you ensure, and I'm sure this is probably the way that you have the recipes, but how do you ensure that the meals feel homemade when being produced at a larger scale?
So it's probably just me kind of like going back and looking at things. So like one of my big pet peeves is corners. Like you got to cover the corners on a sandwich. Like you got to have like your mayonnaise or whatever on the corners.
Yep.
If you're doing lasagna, you have to have the sauce spread to the corners. So like
Yep.
I'm always like harping, like we have to make sure the corners are covered. And just thinking like, and sometimes it's just like, have you tasted what you're making? Like
Right.
that's also super important. Like, yes, you just made a giant vat of mac and cheese, but did you taste it?
Right.
Was there enough salt in it? Like, and so just thinking like, would you want to buy that and take that home and eat it yourself? And so trying to keep that thought with the girls as they're cooking.
That's good. I like that. What's been the biggest challenge in balancing the logistics of a full plate operation with the daily demands of the coffee shop?
Just time. Like somebody will come in over here into the coffee shop and say, "Oh, hi, is Shannon here?" Like we'd love to talk with her. And it's kind of, I don't get to talk to people like I'd like to. And like also sometimes they have questions that I need to be helping them with, but I'm also like up to my elbows in raw chicken that we're trying to get cooked, you know? So
Right.
like trying to be in two places at once sometimes. So I need to get here probably an hour to 2 hours before open to try and get like as many things lined up, set out for them so that they can have a smooth day, because they should have someone they can come ask questions to, but
Right.
also as much of it as I can cover before the day starts, the better the day goes.
Right. That's just putting more time on your plate, though.
Right. Yes.
Are there any dishes in your over at a full plate lineup that have a special story or personal connection with you?
So one of our like best-selling meals is Italian meatloaf. So it's like a beef and pork blend, but it has spinach in it, and then it has like a cheese like filling, like it's layered. So it's delicious, fantastic.
Sounds good.
We sell a lot of it. It's paired with twice baked mashed potatoes, which are also fantastic,
You're
like
right.
very good. So my mom actually found the recipe in a magazine growing up. I was probably like 12 years old. And so we grew up on a farm. So here mom is trying out this new recipe, puts it in front of us. And my sister and I are both like, ew, gross. And my dad looks at it and goes, "Why is there alfalfa in my meatloaf?" And so it just stuck. Growing up, it was called alfalfa meatloaf. I didn't think I'd sell it very well if I called it that. So I reverted it back to Italian meatloaf. But that one's kind of near and dear because it's just a fond like memory of growing up.
Now that people have had it, you can probably change the name back.
I could, yeah. I don't know if it would be, people would like that or if they'd be like, what
You
the
could
heck?
do the like some restaurants will have you'll have the name, and then like in the parentheses you could call it alfalfa meatloaf.
Yes.
And you could have a little story in your menu or
Right.
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But,
that'd be kind of fun.
yeah. It was a favorite growing up, and that's still what my parents call it. Is
Then you're
alfalfa
gonna know
meatloaf.
who the regulars are and the non-regulars.
Yes.
Yeah.
When they come and order the alfalfa meatloaf or the Italian meatloaf.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
well, this is your first time here.
That's funny. How do you split your time and energy between running the coffee shop and a full plate? Any secret time management hacks? I know you said you need to come earlier to make things work better, but I know I'm sure it's been a lot. But is there any kind of little hacks that you have for anybody that's trying to be an entrepreneur?
I don't know. Just like doing as much as I can. Like if it will sit and do it itself, like take advantage of that.
Right.
Like things that create efficiency. So like dishwashing or, I'm struggling to think of
You're
things,
right.
but anything that like saves you time, like it's so worth it.
Yeah.
So like a lot of things I've had to learn to let go of because I just don't have time to do it. Things I'd rather do myself that I'm like having to have employees do. Delegating's not my strong suit, but I've been forced to figure it out.
It's not mine either, but when you start putting your hands in so many different things, you kind of have to just let go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And hope it stays the way you wanted it to stay.
Yes.
Do you obviously you do this? You cross promote the businesses, like offering. I guess this is a different. Do you offer any full plate samples in the coffee shop? Like when people are buying coffee?
We haven't. We started doing hot lunch about 3-4 weeks ago. So it's a full plate food. We're selling hot in here every Wednesday, and that's been going really well. But no, I mean, maybe we could, like we said, like the trial recipe, like you have a full recipe of something. I usually don't want to eat it. So you've got this full pan of food. We
Right.
should like come dole it out and be like, hey, give this a try. What do
Yeah.
you think? And get some more feedback. It's a good idea.
That'd be good, yeah. And then they could go buy one.
Yeah.
What's one piece of technology or equipment you couldn't run either business without, and why?
Just one.
Or 10?
All of them.
All of them?
Um,
Your top 5?
my website for a full plate's been game changing. That allows me to make sales online. Money goes straight to my bank account. I get a spreadsheet of what's been sold. I was doing that all manually from the get go, which like, come on, Shannon, it's 2025. But that's huge because it's just done. Like even taking orders over the phone, like that's
Time consuming.
maybe 5 minutes, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up. And then also with the website, I can list every allergen. I can list what the ingredients are, all the things. So it also like gets rid of a lot of questions.
Definitely. And that's also the whole goal of making money while you're sleeping.
Right.
So
Yes.
you made that goal.
On the coffee shop side, I mean, quality equipment that's simple for the girls to use. That's been really good. I mean, it's early, but like we're not fixing things. Things are running properly. And our big thing is we want consistent quality food and coffee, both sides. So I want that coffee to taste the same when you come here on a Tuesday or when you come here on a Saturday, whether it's Holly working or if it's Tiffany or Becca. Like I want it the same so that customers can come to expect that. And I want it to be good.
That's good. What was your decision to not have any of the equipment out front here?
So the initial plan was to put everything out here, the espresso machine and all that. And then you weren't going to have the space. And you just have more room back in the drive-through, getting the water there, like the utilities of it and everything was easier too, because it was a new build.
Right.
Whereas we kept the bar here. So like it could have worked, would have been a smaller setup, would have been tight. Probably wouldn't have been
I
as
like how
efficient.
it's set up. I just didn't know it was nice
Yeah.
to know I wondered that the first time we came in here. I'm like, where's it going to get made at?
Yeah. No, it's tucked away. It's hidden. But it also does keep it like peaceful out here. You don't see someone spilling a cup of coffee. You don't
Or hear a blender running.
hear the blender. You don't, see and hear all of that, which is nice.
I do like that. That is kind of keeps the vibe going.
Mm-hmm. Right.
How do you handle the financial side of managing two businesses? Are there synergies that help save cost or increase revenue, or is it kind of
So a full plate is making the food and like a full cup buys it from a full plate. So it is a little tricky. Like people get frustrated when they walk in, they want food and they want a coffee. And it's like, well, you have to do like 2 separate transactions or 2
Right.
separate businesses. So it's a lot to keep track of, especially when like you get a milk order. The coffee shop needs a lot of milk, but a full plate needs like 2 or 3 gallons. So it's like, well, let's just go take a couple gallons from the coffee shop. But like trying to keep all that stuff separate, it is a lot, but it's important. You have to know your numbers, because if you don't know, you can't get better.
right? You can't know where you can fix things, or
Right?
yeah, I get that. I never even thought about that. So a full plate buys even like the or a full cup buys like the croissant or the stuff in the cabinet
Yeah.
there.
Like a full plate's making it,
Yeah, and then a full cup buys it and then sells it.
right?
I never would have even thought about that. That's a good way to do it, though. What's the toughest business decision you've had to make for either the coffee shop or full plate?
Like since I got here,
Yeah.
or in general? Oh, since I got here. Toughest-
Or in general, like the toughest decision in general, I guess.
I don't know.
Because it didn't sound like purchasing the building was a tough decision. You really
No,
wanted it.
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Since getting here, just like kind of how much and how fast I can do things has probably been the toughest. because we're still not offering everything I want in the coffee shop. I want like breakfast and lunch every day. And so getting into that, we do have our liquor license, but I haven't had a chance to source any alcohol, put a menu together. I also have a bunch of high schoolers, which is unfortunate because
Right.
they can't serve. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be here every single day making a mimosa.
Right.
So that's probably been tough, just like having to pace it, and which is probably good. I'm doing a better job. If I did it all at once, it wouldn't.
Learn to walk before you run.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't do it all at once.
Right.
So
That makes sense. How was the rise of remote work and changing consumer habits affected your coffee shop's business model at all? Did COVID, you said you kind of started around that time?
yeah.
Did that affect how you were going to do things?
So I was like post-COVID when I started all of this. But I think one of the biggest things that COVID taught people was like their time. They wanted their time back because they had it back and they got a taste of it. And so that's kind of when I saw the like, you know, why spend 45 minutes to an hour in the kitchen every night when you could spend that time with your family? Like
Right.
sit at the table and do your homework with your kids, or, you know, talk to your husband about how their day was or whatever. So I think that was the biggest thing. COVID just, and it was also like, you know, get in or get out, like do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably the biggest thing.
Gotcha. With meal prep and take and bake options growing in popularity, how do you make your offering stand out from big box competitors and meal service kits?
So all of our ingredients are listed, and like our big thing is like from scratch, real homemade cooking. So yes, you can go get stuff at the store. What are the ingredients? How fresh is it? I mean, I'm making my salads the morning of on Thursdays, and people are getting them Thursday afternoon. I can't do it any fresher than we're doing it.
Right.
So fresh and quality, but also like ingredients and knowing like it's made with butter. It's not made with some, you know,
Right.
shortening or some weird oil, that kind of thing.
Have you had anybody kind of like try to say, well, I can go get these like HelloFresh or those types of things,
Mm-hmm.
and like me knowing like these meals are better here, but
Right.
has anybody ever said that or compared that?
So I have been compared to it a little. I guess with HelloFresh, you still have to cook.
Right.
Like you're sent the ingredients, but you're still expected to go home and put them in a pan, you have
Right.
dishes, that kind of thing. So I do think we're a step ahead in that regard. You take the pan, you put it in the oven, you take it out,
Right.
and dinner is done.
Right.
So I've heard that's a plus. It's also like it's local. I mean, if you get something you don't like from your meal kit, whatever, you're calling customer service, this and that. Like this is a brick and mortar
Right.
in your town or next door. Like
Right.
it, and that means something to people. So I think that's good too. Like you truly know where your food is coming from.
Right. And those two guys have been doing a lot of different things, like adding more things to the menu over there. Is that due to you guys, or is that like customer asks? Like I know you started selling
Mhm.
ranch.
Yep.
I think, did you have like cold brew like concentrate over there too?
Yep.
Like those were just some random things that I saw that were like,
Yeah. I don't hear much from customers. I wish I heard more. Like I would love requests. I would
Yeah.
love the inspiration. Some of it's just stuff I've stumbled upon. The cold brew concentrate was my sister-in-law's like favorite recipe. It's all I used to drink until I opened a coffee shop. And now the joke is like we should just throw our coffee pot in the trash at home because we're never going to use it again.
right? Makes sense.
Yeah.
What's one thing you wish customers understood about the effort that goes into running a small food business like yours?
Just showing up. Like if you want stuff like this to stay in a small town, you have to show up. You have to support it. So like summer months are tough. People are gone. I get it. You lose the routine, but like your local businesses feel that. So showing up for local businesses, choose, you know, the local mom and pop place instead of going to Sap Brothers and Casey's and Love's when you are driving through somewhere. Like it's important, and I do think you get better food too.
Yeah, I
or
would agree.
products, you know. With Dan being a truck driver, like he sees it a lot, you know. He tries to go to the local gas places to fill up. He tries to eat at smaller restaurants, that kind of thing. It's a better experience. Like
Yeah.
you're seeing things you wouldn't have seen before, but also like your support means a lot to a small business.
Yeah, we're very big proponents of buy local on the podcast, which is half the reason why we started it, so people could know kind of what was going on in the area. So I definitely appreciate that. And we always try to do that too when we're going somewhere. I always look for the little hole in the wall place, and it's good. Where do you see the coffee shop and like take and bake industries heading in the next 5 to 10 years? Any bold predictions?
Ooh. I think they're both going to continue to grow and expand. Coffee's been like just on a roll.
It's been on the rise for 20 years.
Yeah. I was going to say about since, 2000. Like it's just been rolling and it's just going faster and faster. And I don't see it slowing down. I never, as a high schooler, would have drove from Stanton to Norfolk to get coffee before high school. Yeah. Never. These kids do it. And I'm like, you guys are wild. But they're dedicated. They really like it. Which like good for them. There's a lot worse things that high schoolers could be all about. So coffee's not the worst. And I think the meal business too will continue to grow even more and more. But I also think like I've seen Walmart starting to offer some more of it. Hy-Vee's starting to get a section. I think it's going to become more and more readily available. So that'll be.
But you got to remember what you're getting.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. It's not all the same, but the convenience is there, which is what a lot of people are after.
100%. It's funny, we talked about driving all the way to Stanton. Every time I take cardboard out to Green Fiber, we always come here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'm like, well, we're already halfway there. Not quite, but
not
you know
quite.
what I mean? We're not back to town yet. And so let's just go to Stanton and grab a cup of coffee.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I like that. That's good.
How do you foster a sense of community in your shop, and have you found ways to build that connection with your take and bake customers too?
So like we tried to do a couple events when we started, like we did some game nights, that kind of thing, like come hang out after hours.
Oh, I
like,
did see that.
Yeah. The first one was okay. The second one, not so much, but it was summer. So that's kind of what I chalked it up to. People are busy. People are out of town. But I'd like to have more events here. Just trying to figure out what they are, how we do it, when we do it. I've just kind of decided summer wasn't the time. So kind of tabled that. But yeah, would like to do more events, that kind of thing. Just trying to make everyone feel welcome, I guess, at the coffee shop with a full plate. Knowing everyone by their name. You've got about 2 weeks. If you order from me, by the third week, I for sure have your name down. Like, I want customers to feel recognized and appreciated. So I don't know if that's building a sense of community.
I would say so.
But I think it's really important to feel appreciated as a customer and welcome when you walk into an establishment.
Definitely. Have you ever thought about hosting a Cars and Coffee? There's a group that does it in Norfolk.
I mean, we certainly could.
I just didn't know. I didn't even look at the street if they could. They usually just bring their cars, they'll get some coffee and go look at the cars outside. Kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
I can mention it to them if you're interested.
For sure.
Might be a nice little event to do. I don't know how many people show up. I'll have to talk to them.
I don't do coffee, and I don't really have cars, so fancy cars.
Yeah, that'd be I think there's like
cool
20, 30 people.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I know they do it.
I'll talk. I know the guys that run it, so I'll talk to them and see if we can.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. What's a dish or drink you've created that became a surprise hit with customers, and what do you think made it so special?
So when we put our coffee menu together, we were encouraged to come up with like specialty drinks, drinks that we could steer customers towards, and to name them with something people would resonate with. Boy, was I stumped. So what we landed on was naming them after street names in Stanton.
Okay.
So we have Kingwood Caramel, Frosted Fir, Ivy's Hollow, and Maple Street Spice.
I didn't even realize when I looked at the menu, I didn't realize those were street names.
So all of the trees in Stanton, or all of the streets in Stanton are trees, which also is kind of like a fun kickback for me because, the landscaping degree. So, yeah. So the Kingwood Caramel has been like by far and large our bestseller day in, day out. It does so well. People love it. So that's been really fun to see that take off because, it's a nod to Stanton and, something that people really enjoy.
I think my wife had that one the last time we were here. Is there like a cookie dough one or something?
We have cookie butter right now. Yeah.
That's
been wildly popular this summer.
I'm sure. How do you incorporate the local ingredients or flavors into your coffee shop menu or the take and bake offerings to reflect your community's culture? I don't know if that's a really good question or not, but
Yeah, I mean, people definitely enjoy their traditional food dishes. So I've really tried to hit on that with like the hot lunches.
like the comfort food type.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just sells the best. Like chicken pot pies fly out of here.
I'm
you
sure
know,
they do.
like
Those are
it's
good.
just you know what it is. It's
Yep.
safe. Like it's not some weird vegetable thing.
And nobody wants to make them.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's probably been the best. But also like trying to add some different flavors that aren't crazy for people too. Trying to expand people's palates gradually, bit by bit.
Season it a little more each time.
Yep.
Some
That's
people don't want them expanded.
Right. I know. I'm well aware.
What's the most rewarding part of seeing your food, whether a coffee drink or a take and bake meal, bring people together?
It's been some of the best has been like hearing from people who are really going through something and they're like, this helped me out so much. I had 2 customers, like very loyal customers, tell me 2 weeks ago that they both had a breast cancer diagnosis in the same week.
Oh,
And
my
they're like,
goodness.
I couldn't get through this without you. And so that's not what I started for, but hearing it is like, it's really nice that you can provide a service for people in like these tough times. Somebody who just had a baby, like, there's just stuff like that. Or I had surgery, I couldn't cook. Like, and so those probably mean the most just because it's like, wow, this is like truly like helping people who need it. I created it for convenience, but like it's serving a lot of purposes.
It's definitely helped for sure.
Mm-hmm.
If you could have any celebrity walk into your coffee shop, who would it be? And what drink or take and bake meal would you recommend for them?
Oh my gosh, what an exciting question. I don't know. It'd be really fun to have someone famous in the coffee shop.
Right.
I have to pick one though.
Or a couple.
Or a couple.
Whatever you want. One's fine.
I don't know. Taylor Swift would be a great choice just because she, has such a strong following.
Yeah.
I also know she's a big fan of chai, so we'd probably make her a chai tea latte.
Perfect.
My niece who works for me is obsessed.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I tell you we've listened to 10 hours of Taylor Swift
Is that
while
just
cooking.
bumping in here all the time?
Yeah, I'm not lying. Like obsessed.
That's good. That's good. What's one menu item, coffee, drink, or take and bake dish you'd want to be remembered for?
Last week's is probably one of my all-time favorites. It's like pan-fried pork chops with mushroom gravy and mashed potatoes.
Yeah, that's good.
I really like mushrooms, so
He hates mushrooms, but I love mushrooms.
my husband hates
Can't
them too.
stand
So I
them.
never get them anymore. So when I get mushrooms, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so good. So that one, I kind of put that one together. It's from the start, like one of my first recipes. I think it's really solid. That'd be a good one.
That is a good one. I need to make that again sometime. Or just come get yours.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
what I should do. If you could go back and give yourself one piece of advice before starting these businesses, what would it be?
It's going to take more time than you think. Yeah, I'm used to being busy. I don't like sitting still, but it's been a lot. It's been a big time investment. It continues to be a big time investment. But it's good. Like I'm glad I'm doing it. I'm happy doing it, but it's a big time investment.
It sounds like it. Has it been a success so far?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Mhm,
Good. No
I'd say
troubles.
so.
I hope it stays that way because I think it's something the community needs. And I think even the surrounding communities, I think, are coming in and having fun.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we're pulling people from surrounding communities too, especially people like driving through Stanton on their way to work in the mornings, that kind of thing.
I think you're definitely getting people from Norfolk. At least I've
Yeah.
seen people liking and commenting and sharing your
Yes.
posts and stuff. So
Mhm.
I think you're definitely getting that. And then your social media. You said you got somebody else running it, but
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
really good. They're
Yeah.
doing a really good job.
No, one of our baristas, Callie, does it, and she's incredible. Like hiring her to do our socials, probably one of the best decisions I've made. she's killing it, and I'm so glad she is.
Yeah. You guys get a lot of views on your TikToks and stuff. She does a pretty good job of keeping up with all the trends
Yeah.
and all that cool stuff.
And it's fun making them too.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Is there any, that's kind of the main questions I had for like the businesses. Is there anything else that I missed or that you want to discuss? We do have a little bit of a game that we play at the end, but
Okay.
I didn't know if I didn't want to miss anything or anything that you wanted to get out to all the listeners.
No, I think we touched on a lot of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just always make sure that I'm not missing something. You know, I knew a little bit about the business, but didn't know everything. So
No, just that like the coffee shop, we're continuing to add like more breakfast items, lunch. Eventually, like we'll have the liquor option as well, which makes it great for like events. So like we do have a bridal shower booked here next month, Christmas parties, things like that. It's perfect for it because we can do the food, the liquor, the place, and it's a pretty hands-free event, which is nice.
This would be kind of nice for like you said a bridal shower, but even like a rehearsal dinner.
Yeah,
type
potentially.
thing.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So keep that in mind, everybody.
Yeah.
They're expanding.
sure.
They're moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the show, we play a game of Would You Rather.
Okay.
Okay. It's going to be 10 questions, and I haven't read these yet.
Okay.
Nobody knows what they are. We asked ChatGPT to make the questions based off the business.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't read any of these yet. So if they're bad, you can't blame me.
Understood.
Would you rather serve only one type of coffee, i.e. only espresso or only drip, in your coffee shop forever, or only offer one take and bake dish the rest of your business's life?
Probably the coffee. I'd rather do one kind of coffee.
I figured. You like to cook too much, right?
Right.
Would you rather have a famous chef critique your take and bake meals on a national stage, or have a world-renowned barista judge your coffee shop's signature drink in front of your regulars?
Probably the barista.
The barista,
The coffee one again. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You don't want a famous chef critiquing your food?
Not on national television.
want-
That's a lot.
You want Gordon Ramsay yelling at you?
No.
I like that answer. That's good. Would you rather run your coffee shop with no staff, but your let me read that. Would you rather run your coffee shop with no staff but yourself for a month, or manage the take and bake business without any kitchen equipment except a single oven?
Oh my gosh.
So just you running the coffee shop,
Mm-hmm.
or just one oven in the take and bake?
Well, we only have one oven.
Oh, well then you're fine.
So yeah, that was an easy one.
Do that one.
Yeah.
Would you rather have every customer order the same coffee drink every day, or have every take and bake customer request a custom dish that's not on your menu? What's the bigger headache?
The custom dishes. Yeah.
Do you get a lot of those? Or do you kind of not offer
It's
that?
more like, can I get that without onions?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
can I get that without this? Like, and that's a pain.
Can I
Do
get
you
it
have-
without mushrooms?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you,
I like pork chops.
Yeah.
Not mushrooms.
do you have people request like something that's not on the menu, like completely something like a whole new dish, or would you do
Not
that?
a lot.
Yeah.
I would like people to. Like,
Yeah.
I'd like to try new things. Like, I'm not guaranteeing that we would do it, but I'd
Right.
like that kind of feedback. It's usually more like, when are you going to make this again?
Right.
Because there's a pretty big rotation on dishes.
Yeah.
So,
That's good. That would be tough. Can we just get no onions? Can we get? Do you do it?
some like on
Really?
a salad,
Yeah.
but like if you're making a giant thing
Big
of
dish, you
pasta,
can't do
you
it.
can't. I'm not going to sit there with a fork and pick them out for you.
Right. Makes sense. Would you rather give up coffee entirely, no drinking or serving it, but keep your take and bake business, or give up cooking but keep running the coffee shop? It's a tough one.
I'd probably give up the kitchen and keep the coffee shop.
Really
Mm-hmm.
interesting. With how much you love cooking.
Yeah, I do, but I think it'd provide a little more freedom.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, I suppose.
yeah.
The cooking probably takes up a lot of your
There's
time.
a lot more input on
Yeah.
the cooking side than
Yeah.
on the coffee side.
Coffee's simple.
Yeah.
Like you have to learn it, you have to do it well, but like it's a simple process.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to cooking
Definitely a lot more, because you can screw up the cooking process pretty quickly.
in multiple stages.
Yes,
Yes.
Would you rather have your coffee shop become a viral sensation on social media but deal with overwhelming crowds, or have your take and bake business get a huge online order but struggle to fulfill it?
The viral coffee. I'd
Viral
much rather
coffee?
prefer that. You can make coffee pretty fast.
You
like
can.
you feel like you're gasping for air for an hour or two, but like rushes are survivable.
Have you figured out your rushes yet? Do you have like a time where you get like they've been overwhelmed? I forgot to kind of ask that.
here and there. Like we've had a couple weekends where like Saturday mornings were wild.
And just understaffed.
But I mean, now I feel like we've got a pretty good understanding of when they come. We had a couple of days this summer. We had like a couple of vans of people show up unannounced. And so there was one girl staffed here by herself.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, oh my gosh, what's she going to do? So I like dropped everything cooking and like I came over and we made drinks as fast as we could. We survived it. But yeah, rushes are fun.
I'm sure those people understood though, right?
Yeah. I mean, and people, I don't think we've had an upset customer yet. Again, knock on wood, like people have been very understanding. Not really rude comments.
Good.
Customers have been great.
Do you think you're going to have a pretty big rush with the fair?
I don't know. Like it's tough to say with it being, down a ways away from here and also being at night. Like it's kind of not our peak time.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you're probably right. Would you rather only use locally sourced ingredients for both businesses but pay double the cost, or rely on cheaper non-local suppliers but risk losing your community support?
Probably the first. Yeah.
I would agree with you. Would you rather host a coffee tasting event where every attendee is a harsh critic, or a take and bake cooking class where no one follows your instructions?
Probably the second. That'd be pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I wouldn't be able to do that because I go crazy when people don't follow my instructions. That's a.
I mean, it'd be
I
frustrating.
would way rather have a bunch of critiquing, but if you're not,
What if you have
what
to
I
try
tell you-
each of their dishes and they're not following instructions?
Again, entertaining.
No.
There you go. Would you rather have your coffee shop open 24/7 but never get a day off, or have your take and bake business require you to deliver every order personally, no matter the distance? You kind of already deliver though.
I do, yeah.
Not like to California, but
No, just Stanton and Norfolk. Probably the second I'm doing it. So
okay, perfect.
yeah.
Last one.
Okay.
Would you rather create a coffee drink that becomes a global trend but you can't take credit for it, or invent a take and bake dish that's a local hit and everyone knows it's yours?
Second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. See, some of these
That's
are so
an easy one right there.
Yeah, some of these are so
Yeah.
easy that it doesn't even matter. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So that's all I got.
Okay.
That's good. What'd you think?
It was good.
Were you nervous for this?
No.
Good.
No.
Some people are, and
I mean,
Some people are and some people aren't.
it's just talking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely appreciate you letting us come and do it here, though.
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah,
That was fun.
It was a cool experience, and now we know we can do it,
Yeah.
which is good.
You can bring them back here too if you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
The blue couches are yours whenever you want. Come
Perfect.
set up.
Perfect. You want to tell everybody where they can reach you at?
Yeah. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I think it's just a full plate and a full cup are our like usernames.
Yep.
So reach us there, and then a full plate has a website as well. That's great for ordering.
What's that website?
I think it's a.full.plate.square.site or something.
Okay,
It's
I'll
kinda-
I'll
we
look
can
it up.
link, we can
I'll-
link it.
I'll
We
put
can
it-
link it in the video.
I'll put it in the description for everybody. That way you guys
easier
can get
to
to it.
find that through.
Definitely,
a
definitely.
link.
Well, anything else last things you want to say to all the listeners at all out there?
I don't think so. Support
No.
local businesses, drink good coffee, and eat good food.
Love it. Love it. Thanks to my co-host, Vance Neidig. Without him, the show would not be what it is. Huge thanks to Shannon. Really appreciate you letting us be here and making time for us today.
Of course. Thanks, guys.
No problem. Keep on the look for more great episodes, and we'll see you guys next week.